Goodness gracious, life is amazing. This video is about crossing your inspiration threshold, and I am Philosophical, hanging out here in Peaceburg, and I've just been watching so many videos on YouTube and just getting so inspired, and I am challenging you to burst through your inspiration threshold and perhaps overdose on inspiration, because I think it's a healthy thing to overdose on. And yeah, I'm gonna just invite you to if you're not friends with me on Facebook, I'll put a link to my Facebook profile. I basically use it as a blog to just post inspirational things and new information and new perspectives on things. So I'm gonna invite you to check out my notes on Facebook. I'm gonna create a note that is just all these links to all these videos. It'll probably be like 10 hours worth of videos, but what I challenge you to do is just watch a bunch of them in a row. Like sometimes I just stay up all night watching. I've watched almost all of Lulu Macy's interviews. She really interviews so many cool people that have so many amazing ideas about the world, and I encourage you to do the same, because there's really no inspiration is just infinite. It's like delving into the infinite, and in our crazy mainstream society we've been so conditioned to be like, oh, we can only have a little bit of fun, you know, we can have like fun on the weekends, we can maybe go out for 2 hours and we can have a little bit of fun, but like after that we gotta get back to business, you know, we gotta get back to work, can't have too much fun, you know. And so it's just a matter of allowing ourselves to feel good most of the time, which I'm working on. It's like reprogramming myself, like it's okay to be joyful, it's okay to laugh. Like last night I was talking to my friend on the phone and I was laughing so hard for 5 minutes I thought I was gonna like have a heart attack or something. It's just like reprogramming ourselves to be like, wait, life is good, we're allowed to be happy. And I mean, sometimes I'm hesitant to be like super out there around like people that I don't know, because they might be kind of overwhelmed, but it's like when I'm alone I'm allowed to be as happy as I want, and I mean I am happy in public a lot too, but I also think that relates to, and I do try to be joyful, but I also try to be mindful that people might be going through a hard time. And I mean, I go through hard times all the time, but I feel like that's what makes life fun. It's like it's this hero's journey where we have these crazy challenges and we have to fight the boss at the end of the level, and usually the boss is just thoughts in our own mind or like weird stuff like that. But I mean, there's all kinds of crazy challenges out there in the world too. But I do think it's important to be happy in public, and to like for example, I see a lot of people like singing in their cars and they're like jamming out, and then a lot of times if someone stopped at a red light, they're like, is the people watching me? Am I allowed to be singing here? And it's like that thing of like, it's like if you really ponder, it's like, why do we hesitate when other people are watching? It's like it's this weird way that our society is set up, whether it was intentional or unintentional. I like to see it as just a story. It's a cultural story of how we're supposed to behave. And some people call it like the hassle-free zone. It's like if you're acting a certain way in public, then no one's gonna hassle you. You're not gonna get pointed out as a weirdo. And I feel like a lot of us maybe as kids got pointed out as a weirdo, so we're like, oh, I have to behave a certain way to not get made fun of. And then that like deadens our soul. It like makes us think that we have to like, it makes us just like be robots in public and not be our true like joyful happy selves that are allowed to just like dance in the sidewalk and sing in our cars and do whatever we want. So I encourage you to just be yourself, like go dance in the sidewalk. And if you do start feeling like, what is this hesitation, what is this like shame or like fear, it's really just a program in our minds. I call them the mental advisors. I've got a whole bunch of videos on the mental advisors. It's like these conditioned thought patterns that make us think we have to be a certain way. And I feel like that's really cool to, I just started balancing on this sidewalk thing. It's pretty fun. I like to see life as like this obstacle course kind of playground thing. But anywho, the key is to like reprogram our own minds and our own bodies so that we are living the way that we feel most balanced, most healthy, most whatever we want. You know, it's reprogramming it so that we are not just robots that have been conditioned by a crazy society and Cartoon Network and weird TV shows and stuff. So anywho, thanks for watching. Please post a comment, subscribe, post any questions you'd like me to explore in other videos. And for my friend who you posted on my last video about the yoga and the smoothies, I actually do have 2 videos on yoga and smoothies, so I will post the link to those. So anywho, thank you for watching. Please check out the Facebook thing. It's facebook.com/philsideas. So scoobly-doo, have a beautiful happy Tuesday, I think it is. Peace. Happy Tuesday again. So one other thing I want to mention about the inspiration threshold is that while you're watching any videos on YouTube, my videos, other people's videos, I highly recommend, instead of just sitting in your seat, which I imagine most people are doing, I recommend getting a yoga mat really close to it and just doing all kinds of stretches while you're watching the video, because that way, I mean, in one sense you're just exercising your body and moving more than just your noggin, but you're also like potentially absorbing that information into the rest of your body, because it's like you're putting some of your awareness on your kneecap, so then your knee is also getting inspired. So I highly recommend stretching while watching videos. Thank you, and Scooby-Doo.